Hello, my name is Maggie Braun. I have a background in ecosystem technology, and I'm here to present on the Partners for Climate Protection program, the origin and aim of the program, supporting rationale, other considerations, benefits and disadvantages, and recommendations. 2 years after Canada signed on to Agenda 21, the Federation of Canadian Municipalities created the Partners for Climate Protection program and sent a municipal primer to all Canadian municipalities, subtitled Promoting Sustainable Development Through Local Strategic Action. Sustainable development is a term coined during the Brundtland Commission, stating that land cannot be treated as an ordinary asset controlled by individuals, and public land use is indispensable. Public control of land use is indispensable. On page 9 of the municipal primer is a flowchart of how Agenda 21 would be implemented through Canadian municipalities. This is a blueprint for achieving sustainable development. I'd like to draw your attention to the means of implementation, promoting education, public awareness and training, and information for decision-making, the 2 points I will focus on today. The Partners for Climate Protection program is a means of implementation which provides information for decision-making based on Agenda 21 or UN directives. PCP program offers tools, networking venues and events, case studies and other informational resources, and access to the PCP Secretariat, who offers coaching and technical assistance, mainly drafting municipal plans. The supporting rationale for the program is that it is well established that climate change is increasing the frequency of extreme weather events, and goes on to say that these present a serious threat to our natural environment, our health, our jobs, and our economy. They also quote the Paris Climate Agreement that Canada has committed to limit global temperature increases to below 2 degrees Celsius. In the municipal primer, it states that human activities have resulted in changes in global climate and are expected to do so in the future, and that a lack of scientific certainty shall not be used as a reason for postponing sustainable development. So let's move ahead 30 years and look at some other considerations. In August 2023, the Global Climate Intelligence Group released a World Climate Declaration stating that there is no climate change emergency. This was signed by almost 1,900 scientists. Climate science should be less political, while climate policies should be more scientific. Scientists should openly address uncertainties and exaggerations in their predictions of global warming, while politicians should dispassionately count the real costs as well as the imagined benefits of their policy measures. Only 0.3% of published scientific papers state that recent warming is mostly man-made. The Geological Archive reveals that the Earth's climate has varied as long as the planet has existed. The Earth's orbit and tilt drive glacial and interglacial changes. The Little Ice Age ended as recently as 1850. Therefore, it is no surprise that we are now experiencing a period of warming. The world has warmed significantly less than predicted by the IPCC. This is the main body of research that the Partners for Climate Protection program uses for its basis. The gap between real world and the modeled world tells us that we are far from understanding climate change. The IPCC models not only exaggerate the effect of greenhouse gases, they also ignore the fact that enriching the atmosphere with CO2 is beneficial. CO2 is not a pollutant. It is not even a primary greenhouse gas. It makes up 0.04% of the Earth's atmosphere. The warming effect of CO2 declines as its concentration increases. Additional CO2 in the air promotes growth in global plant biomass. The Earth is becoming greener, not turning into a desert. More CO2 is favorable for nature and for greening our planet. CO2 is profitable for agriculture. It helps feed people. It increases the yields of crops worldwide. Global warming has not increased natural disasters. There's no statistical evidence that global warming is intensifying hurricanes, floods, droughts, and such like natural disasters or making them more frequent. Quote, this goes against the supporting rationale for the Partners for Climate Protection Program's claims. Most of Antarctica is cooling and gaining ice. Heat waves are not becoming more frequent. Forest fires across the Northern Hemisphere are decreasing. Extreme heat events are declining. There are more polar bears now than in the last 50 years. Their populations are increasing. Warmer weather means fewer temperature-related deaths. That is because cold weather kills far more people than hot weather every year. Again, global warming has not increased natural disasters, and a lack of scientific certainty should be used as a reason for postponing sustainable development. There is ample evidence that CO2 mitigation measures are as damaging as they are costly. Climate policy must respect scientific and economic realities. There is no climate change emergency. Therefore, there is no cause for panic or alarm. We strongly oppose the harmful and unrealistic net zero CO2 policy proposed for 2050. Go for adaptation instead of mitigation. Adaptation works whatever the causes are. And certainly, the majority of Canadians are facing issues that require those in public office to prioritize, such as the cost of rent, the cost of groceries, the current gas price, the fact that this generation, the younger generation, will not be able to buy a home, and that there's a 42% increase in food bank use. So the benefits of the Partners for Climate Protection program, I've already stated, and of course, it's free. So what's the catch? Municipal plans will be drafted with an emphasis on UN directives, so-called sustainable development, reducing greenhouse gas emissions, and gender diversity and inclusion, which they are implementing into the municipal climate action plans. The cost to council will cost council, committee, and staff time reviewing and accepting climate change reports, and will commit public funds to private sustainable development goals and foreign investors. Official plans based on sustainable development restrict private property rights and severances, limit mobility, drive future population growth to selected settlement areas, reducing tax revenue for smaller municipalities. Reduced revenue means reduced services. And again, this is a commitment to direct public funds to private sustainable development goals. This partnership will also limit decision-making and public consultation. Decision-making will be limited to UN directives. Councillors who oppose UN directives will face consequences. This committee has a duty to maintain the decision-making options and authority of the Council of the City of Thorold and protect the rights of the members of the public from foreign agendas. The Statement of Principles 5B and Criminal Code Section 46 and 83. Recommendations to the committee. That the Council of Thorold be directed to review the Municipal Primer of 1994. This will allow them to have a true understanding of the program that they are signing up for. That the Council of Thorold be directed to review the World Climate Declaration of 2023 so that they are up to date on climate science in the 21st century. that the Council of Thorold support the motion on March 19th, 2024 to reconsider Report DC 8 2023, dated February 7th, 2023, respecting the Partners for Climate Change Protection Program, financial considerations, be reconsidered, and the following recommendations be reconsidered. That the City of Thorold's participation in the PCP program be approved, that the staff be directed to conduct an annual review of the program, that the elected official be appointed as a joint contact alongside an assigned planning staff member for PCP program updates and plan endorsements, and that Councillor O'Hare be appointed as a joint contact alongside the assigned planning staff member for the PCP program updates and plan endorsements. And with that, I would like to thank you very much for giving me this time, and I'm prepared to answer any questions. Okay. Back to StreamYard. Okay, so that's the presentation that has been put together. Let's see how I did for time. Pretty much right on. So this is going to be available for everyone to utilize within their municipalities for doing deputations. And obviously, that was my first run through that. And I will update the presentation and work with others to make sure that everything is that we are putting this forward in the most persuasive and effective way. So what's really funny is when I was working on this week, the last time I did a presentation like this about, it was basically a persuasive speech to convince people such as an environmental committee of a municipality to consider other scientific realities when it comes to climate change. So this is a huge task for our generation, and of all the big problems that we see coming down the pipe, this is what they have used to bring all of those bigger, more serious problems forward, like actual problems, right? And I didn't even get into action, the means of implementation, item 3, which has to do with providing environmentally sound technology. So that's a whole other issue, and I'm hoping that on March 19th, somebody will be speaking to that. So I am looking for somebody to do this presentation in Thorold March 19th, because I did it in this committee. I won't be able to use these exact arguments for that day, but I can focus on another aspect of the program, and I will still be there March 19th to present. So there's many different angles that we can take with this.